came in, the air went out, and every shadow filled up with doubt. I don't know who you think you are, but before the night is through, I wanna do bad things with you. I'm the kind to sit up in his room.
Welcome in, guys. Episode 3 of the True Blood Rundown. Today the episode of True Blood is episode 4. Death is not the end. So let me give you the rundown on what's going on in True Blood today. So the episode opens up with Sookie calling Alcide's father. Robert Patrick reprising his role as Alcide's father. Really nice, really touching a moment. Alcide's father is basically telling Sookie how much Alcide loved her, which she knows. Jason Stackhouse calling up Hoyt Fortenberry, who we've not heard from in a couple seasons now, so it was kind of cool to see Hoyt there, and that he's coming back. He'll be coming to visit his mom's funeral. Jason did say she was killed by a vampire. I'm hoping that doesn't lead to him hating on Jessica and everything else. I'm not sure how it's going to happen. If they plan, it seems like they're trying to break up Jessica and her current boyfriend, who's John. I'm just curious where they're going to put her before the end of the show. Are they going to put her together with Jason? Are they going to kill her? Are they going to put her back together with Hoyt? I don't know. So, we then go to Sookie going over to see to Andy's place. She goes to help unglamour Holly, so Holly could remember where she was at. Really nice scene, very touching. Basically, it allows you to see that Sookie is kind of taking a very active role in trying to help save these people from Fantasia, which they don't know they're there. They don't know they're at Fantasia, but she's taking a role in it. She's really fighting this. She's really using all her abilities and everything she's learned over the last 6 seasons to kind of be this kind of the leader of the town. So she unglamours Holly. Holly breaks down, has a hard time remembering it, but Sookie does eventually break through and realizes they are in Fantasia, that they're in the basement. We go into Eric's history, part 2. We get to see how Fantasia was founded. The magistrate is brought in. He says, "Here you go, Eric, Mr. Northman. This is your new video store back in the 80s, you know." Eric's like, what is this garbage? So we get to see Eric kind of and Pam coping with the fact that here's our new life. We're basically being forced to do this because the authority says so. They're introduced to the fact that don't change this too much. The porn area is really popular. And it was just kind of funny seeing Eric in the 80s get up and 80s hair. We see Ginger coming to the place as a video store and seeing her before she was glamoured. Oh, what the heck. He's appointed sheriff so that they can keep an eye on him. And it's funny enough that the name of Fantasia, as well as Eric's throne and the whole set of the place, was Ginger's idea. Very funny, very nicely done. Pam glamours her and gives the idea to Eric, who she thinks is a good idea, so she's gonna use it and say it was her idea.
Fantasia. I'm gonna tell Eric it's mine. Of course it is.
Emma did it.
I did.
Such a bitch.
But you still love me.
Always.
Messed up, but totally in character of Pam. Poor Ginger once again getting the butt out of everything. So then we go into Sam and Jason taking care of a couple odds and ends, including the fact that they now know that because of Sookie's unglamoring that Kevin, one of the deputies, is dead. They go and tell his wife. She breaks down. Even in Sam's arms, she was part of the angry mob the night before. me and my brother and my sister made a good point. Like, why would we be telling her this? Because I know she's a widow, but if she's part of the angry mob, wouldn't she show up somewhere else? Which that comes to fruition when the angry mob shows up at the end of the episode. Sam breaks away, tries to get away from. Say, look, I'm going to Fantasia right now. I'm going to go rescue my fiance. I'm going to go rescue his child. And Jason has to pull a gun and say, look, you can't do this on your own. Granted, I'm still not sure why they didn't just attack them in daylight and tear open the building in daylight, because the vampires would have burst into flames. I know they wouldn't have the strength, but they could have taken on the heavy vampires in the middle of the daylight, and they couldn't have done much. So I think it's kind of weird that, we had to wait till nighttime for the vampires. Granted, more numbers, but yeah. Eric finally shows his face. Comes to Bill's place. Bill says, I'm not an asshole anymore. Well, we'll see. Sookie has a nice little moment with Eric where she's like so freaked and realized when she sees that Eric is contaminated with Hep V. Really sweet little moment. He summons Willa, who says Willa's gonna come. She's my progeny. I need her to come to me. She's not very happy about him coming back. She hates his guts because he took off on her shortly after not long after he made her. So, we finally find out why Jessica's not healing and why she's not doing well. She's not contaminated. She's not contaminated. She just hasn't been feeding over the guilt of killing Andy's daughters. I love that very much. I'm fine with that because I was afraid I was going to lose Jessica, and if I lost Jessica, I would have probably lost my mind. Sookie gives her a speech saying, I don't care about you or you personally. I just get your shit together. I need all the strong vampires I can get to help save my friends and family. So her boyfriend calls in his food ticket, his meal ticket. Lafayette comes in, gives Jessica some blood. She starts to feel better. She heals. She gets better strength for the night attack at the end. Assault on Fantasia. So finally, here we are. The Hep V vampires are in hiding. The vampires use the cleverness of Eric, and the fact that he knows his bar better. There's a back entrance they go through. Sam goes in, lets the girls know. Lets the girls know they're safe, and help's coming. Unfortunately, mob elements attack. Some of the mob elements attack the bar with Molotov cocktails. Ultimately, they're all killed, both by the vampires and by... Well, Eric goes in and eats some of them too because he needs blood because he's sick. The Hep B vampires are flanked from both sides, hit from the front and the back. Basically just annihilated. They're just destroyed, which is great. It's fantastic. We took out all the Hep V pretty much. But we know there's going to be more Hep V vampires out there somewhere. The big question is, so where are we going from here? Obviously, we still have over half a season. They want to contain and wrap up storylines, but where do we go? And the big thing, there were no big deaths in this episode, which was kind of nice. It was nice to break away from that. And the other thing absence was Letty May and the Reverend were in this episode. I'm sure we'll see more of them in the very next episode. More of the continuation of the Terra storyline. Anywho, guys, that runs everything down for you. That wraps it up for the episode. I will post this as always on Monday. I'll try to hit this up by Monday evening. That way, you guys can watch it, check it out. Hopefully, you'll have seen the episode by then, and you can just put your comments down and thoughts on what's going on. Personally, I think I really like the direction they're going with it. It really does feel like they're wrapping everything up, tying loose ends, as well as giving everyone a chance to kind of shine in this final season. Tell me what you think. I think this is one of the better seasons of the last couple. Despite the fact that I don't think they're going anywhere near where the books are at. They're just kind of doing their own thing, which I'm totally fine with. So until next time, guys, keep watching, comment, rate, subscribe down below, and I will see you next time on the Rundown and here at MultiMedia Mashup.